And we are here today because we want to bring the attention to everyone about what's going on here, and we thank you for coming out and supporting us in our efforts about what's going on in Four Corners as we take back our city. We're taking back this house right here. This house, on whose porch we are standing, was foreclosed by Deutsche Bank. All right, and the people moved out, and then we found out that they foreclosed on the wrong person. So we're working to find the person so they can go home, because they were not supposed to foreclose on the person who didn't own the house. It was in the family, and the family member owned the house. So we're looking for that family member so they can come home, and they continue to pay for their house, and they still own this house. And they had no right to foreclose on them. And so we're here right now, we're saying that we don't want another situation like that to happen to anyone. And we're showing people how they can stay put in their homes and finding ways to negotiate issues to keep people housed in our communities. Because we don't want to see ourselves and picture ourselves as a future homeless. That's going to be history. And the way to make homelessness history is to get out here and to do these sort of things.
Carolyn Grant, and I live in Roxbury.
And why are you here today?
I'm taking part in this rally because I'm a member of City Life, and this rally is to defend the family who was evicted from their home and moved out, and I fight against foreclosure. The rally that we did on yesterday was against Bank of America because they are one of the largest foreclosing banks in the United States, who will foreclose on families and evict them and put them in the streets, and that's not right. That's an injustice, and we have to fight against this injustice.
And you were arrested yesterday in front of Bank of America.
Yes, I was arrested. I was arrested because I wanted to take a stand against foreclosure, to let the banks know that we will not tolerate this injustice that they do to families. So it was worth it.
You were worth it. So they let you out, obviously. You're here.
Yeah, we got bailed out last night at 11 o'clock. And police were very nice to us last night while we were locked up.
Okay, my name is Maria Cristina Blanco. I live in Jamaica Plain and I work for City Life Vida Urbana, which is a housing justice organization.
And you were arrested yesterday in front of Bank of America.
I was, along with 24 people. I participated in civil disobedience. We sat down and blocked the doors of Bank of America to tell them we are not accepting business as usual with the way that they have been foreclosing and evicting families all across Massachusetts and the country.
And so you went to jail. How long were you in jail?
Well, you know, I wouldn't say it was going to jail because we were trespassing on Bank of America's property. We feel we had good reason to do so. Our lawyers are going to bring up arguments in court as to why there was a necessity of doing so, to block harm to families that are being made homeless, having their savings drained away. Going into Bank of America, that's really, you know, theft of wealth being sucked out of the communities and into Bank of America, and we were there to stop a crime from happening. So we did get arrested by the police and taken to the station and processed and released on bail. They're very professional and respectful with us, and we're not against the Boston police. We're against Bank of America.
And have you experienced foreclosure yourself?
I haven't experienced foreclosure myself. I work at an organization that has a large association of people who are facing foreclosure, people with families who have been preyed on by predatory lending, people who have had some kind of medical situation, health crisis, and been out of work, people who've been laid off, you know, sometimes after years and years, you know, their company is closed down or outsourced people with the economy being what it is. the banks are not willing to work with people. They're not willing to do reasonable loan modifications, and there's just so much injustice going on that, as representing my organization, along with members of the organization who are facing foreclosure, I was sitting there in solidarity.
So no regrets about your arrest yesterday?
No, not at all. I was just reflecting on it this morning as we were sharing with the group, the National Conference Right to the City, that's in town and was supporting the huge coalition of 2,000 people yesterday that marched on Bank of America. And I was saying that there's nothing for us to be afraid of in taking a stand on principle, blocking the door of civil disobedience. There's nothing that we have to fear. The ones that should be afraid is Bank of America. Those are the criminals. Those are the people that are really committing injustice and crime. They should be scared. We'll be back.